Welcome back to the Crypto's Key Conversation. In today's video, we're going to take a look at some updates in the Ripple versus SC case from James K. Fallon. We're also going to be taking a look at a couple of different Johnny Deaton tweets in response to James K. Fallon and the Ripple updates. Riz XRP had put up this video with Jeremy Hogan's wife, Tin Vu, here, talking about the final end dates in regards to the Ripple versus SC case. And the digital asset investor has this video with Caroline DeFam in regards of the necessary crypto leadership that we need in this country. And the way she speaks is quite solid, so we're going to put that in there. And then Watcher Guru had put this up, says break and Solana network has been halted globally. So we're going to take a look at this article and see kind of what's happening. This is on, I think this is Decrypt or Watcher Guru News, excuse me. And then right here, Cointelegraph has a former product manager of Opensea charged with insider trading. So those are kind of be our topics throughout this video. But quickly looking at CoinGecko here, we're currently sitting at a $1.28 trillion market cap, currently down 6.1% for the day. And as we can come see down here, Bitcoin is sitting at 29,598. And I think yesterday, if I look at this, I think we had a high of, about 32,000. So obviously we're having a little bit of a downside day, and we're seeing a little bit of red in the market. Ethereum 7.7%, Bitcoin's down 6.8%. Cardano 10.9%, XRP sitting at down 6.2%, sitting at 39 cents. So a little bit of downturn here. As we come over here, we're still in this extreme fear range. So we're going to have an update here in an hour and 49 minutes. But we're currently sitting at the 17 range. We're still a point up from yesterday, but I definitely see this coming down with what we've just been seeing within our market. Let's see if we have any gainers here. Waves at 7, Chain 5.1, Tron 2.4, so very small gains. Coming here to the first topic of discussion here, James K. Fallon had posted this yesterday, and it says breaking conference scheduled for Tuesday, June 7th, 2022 at 3 p.m. to discuss the SEC's renewed assertion of the attorney-client privilege as to internal documents related to Himmon's June 14, 2018 speech, so the Ethereum Free Pass speech. He says there's no call information was listed, and as of now, this appears to be an in-person conference only. So the reason why I'm bringing this up, we had this in our video yesterday. He has an update here, and he says, breaking call-in information for the conference scheduled for Tuesday, June 7th, 2022 at 3 p.m. to discuss internal documents related to Himmon's June 14, 2018 speech has been posted. It is below. So if we come in here, a conference is scheduled for, they have the date here. Where do they have the call? So I think this is members of the public may listen to the proceedings at the following number. So I don't know if there's a cap. I don't think, I haven't read anything about there being like a 4,000 cap like there was in the past, but here's the call-in information, U.S. International, and the access code that you put in to listen into that. But they've been kind of red alerting it throughout the XRP community, so everyone's well aware of it. XRP Crypto What says, I'm definitely going to call in. Everybody in the XRP community should call in to let the judges know how many people the SEC are, quote, protecting. So yeah, this gentleman right here, XRP Live, says, are they capping it at 4K again? So I'm curious to see what they're going to do in regards of if there's going to be a cap or not. But it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens. James K. Fallon has this as well. He says the SEC has filed its opposition to the Ripple defendants' motion challenging the SEC's responses to the defendants' fourth set of requests for admissions, claiming that has fairly and substantively responded to the request at issue. So you can kind of come in here and pause this and read through this stuff if you like. But he had posted the entire thing here, and then I think this is the follow up here. Section 5. You can kind of come and take a look at James K. Fallon's and kind of read through that. And then XRP Crypto Whoop says, does the SEC lawyers get tired of their own BS? Coming over here, Johnny Deaton has something to say too to it. He says, after a quick pursuit, or pretty much after quickly reviewing it, something jumped out at me. The SEC says XRP first appeared on its watch list on March 29, 2018. Why is that date significant? So if he comes out here, he says, March 26, 2018 is the date of the Perkins Coie memo in Safe Harbor, which only mentions ETH. On March 28, 2018, Hinman met with the Perkins Coie, a member of the EEA, so the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance working group, asking for the free pass. The next day after the meeting, XRP is on the watch list. Coincidence, my butt. So that's quite interesting that Johnny Deaton had kind of pointed that out. And we all know, for us that's been following this, whether you're part of the XRP community or not, if you've just been following the case, following the Ethereum Free Pass timeline that the community has developed, and just kind of researching into the the ETHgate scandal stuff, you know that it's no surprise. There are no coincidences, as the digital asset investor says. Right here, Johnny Deaton's responding to Stefan Huber here. Stefan Huber says, am I right? And he attaches Jeremy Hogan, Johnny Deaton, and Freddie, and others here. It says, please tell me NetBurn won't let the SEC do a, quote, do-over. This would mean she wasted an entire year for absolutely nothing at all. So coming over here, Johnny Deaton says, Judge Netburn ruled that this is, quote, settled, and Hinman's speech was his personal opinion. In parentheses, it doesn't mean the market didn't consider it as guidance. It's very unlikely a judge uses the terminology and then rules otherwise. SEC should be ready for some tough questions. So I am so interested to see what's going to happen in regards of this call-in or this in-person meeting here on Tuesday, June 7th. There's been a lot of speculation on like we could potentially be closer to a settlement than we think. It's either we're going to find out here soon in June, or we're going to have some sort of like insight in regards of like, hey, this may go the distance and this may go to trial type stuff. So we'll see. It's kind of just a waiting game. I wanted to post this up I've covered this Jeremy Hogan's video and kind of what he was covering, Tenvu in regards of the judge's decisions on moving up the timeline, because originally it was 2023, like March time frame where this case could so-called go the distance, but I guess the judge had increased, not I guess, it has been documented that the judge has increased the timeline, pretty much pushing everything to where things can pretty much be decided here toward the end of the year if all goes accordingly. But we're going to take a listen in to Tenvu here, says.
Down here in Florida, the judge just tells parties when things are due, but apparently this is how things are done up in New York. So the parties filed the proposed scheduling order on April 22nd, and here is what it says. Motions for summary judgment and motions to exclude expert testimony must be filed by August 2, 2022. And then skipping a couple lines, replies to any opposition must be filed by December 20, 2022. So the last summary judgment filing would have been the end of December, which definitely would have put the final case decision well into 2023. Yes, 2023. However, this was the party's suggested scheduling, and normally courts will just rubber stamp these suggestions and adopt them in an order. But a couple of days later, we got a surprise order from the judge on the case, and she basically said, nope, we're gonna make this happen faster. And we got this. There at the top, you can see that the judge orders that the motions to exclude expert witnesses will be completely briefed by August 30, 2022. And then in paragraph 2, that the summary judgment briefs will be due by November 15, 2022. So surprise, the judge knocked over a month off the agreed schedule. And not only that, the parties wanted to submit 90-page briefs in their proposed schedule, and Judge Torres limited the parties to 75 pages, which led Jeremy to tweet this on Twitter. Judge Torres has moved up the schedule for summary judgment briefs to November 15. What do I take from that? She wants the Ripple versus SEC case over before Christmas.
We're also going to take a look at this one from Digital Asset Investor. It says, listen to this clear thinking approach by Caroline DeFam, who mentions the DCEA, which Bragg House has brought up several times. This is the kind of crypto leadership this country needs. Let's take a listen into this.
Besides the bill that Senators Lummis and Gillibrand are introducing, there are other proposals. So, for example, the House Agriculture Committee has put out a proposal, the Digital Commodity Exchange Act. That one's been in the works for a couple of years now. You know, that also has an approach on a more comprehensive and more clear regulatory framework around this. So I really look forward to learning more about these proposals and seeing how the CFTC can do its part. So I will say that the CFTC first said that Bitcoin is a commodity back in, I think, 2015. It's great that Chairman Gensler agrees with us. You know, the CFTC has, over the years, identified specific cryptocurrencies that are commodities. So there's Bitcoin, there's Ether, there's also Litecoin. We've identified that in one of our enforcement actions as a commodity. I think what's important to realize about the CFTC's jurisdiction is, you know, of course, the SEC regulates securities, but for everything that is not a security, it's probably likely that the CFTC has some regulatory touch point over it. You know, obviously we have the regulation over derivatives based on commodities, but we also have certain areas where, besides the anti-fraud and anti-manipulation enforcement authority over spot markets, we have areas where we directly regulate spot markets. So, for example, if you have retail foreign exchange transactions, we have a regime around that. Where you have leveraged retail transactions in commodities, we have a regulatory framework around that as well. That's something that Congress has given us over the years. So I think those are good places to start, again, with trying to identify solutions today that we can start to make progress on without necessarily needing to wait.
Yeah, I agree with DAI, absolutely. going to touch on this Watcher Guru stuff. It says breaking Solana network has been halted globally. So if you've been following this space, especially if you're a part of the Solana community, so you know that there's been multiple outages. It says the previous outage occurred May 1st, 2022, when the network was halted for roughly 7 hours before a successful restart. A surge of transactions reportedly caused the last outage. So if we come down here, they have the Watcher Guru thing here. It says, what was the reason for Solana's current outage? It says, quote, earlier today, a bug in the durable nonce transactions feature led to node terminism, when nodes generated different results for the same block, which prevented the network from advancing. So I guess that's why there's an outage here. It says, where's it at? Block production Solana mainnet beta has halted. Validators operators should prepare for the restart in NB validators on Discord. So, just more issues. Obviously, I think Solana's still in their beta, so like there's still growing pains going on. But I hope that they all figure it out. They grow from it. The network gets stronger, and the community is continuing to remain whole. But yeah, that's kind of the update there. And I wanted to touch on this. It says former product manager at Opensea charged with insider trading. The charges are related to digital collectibles bought and sold in NFT marketplace in September 2021. So coming over here, it says former employee of NFT marketplace charged in first ever digital asset insider trading scheme. Coming down here, it says, Opensea, why does it appear Nate Chaston has a few secret wallets that appears to buy your front page drops before they are listed, then sells them shortly after the front page hype spike for profits, and then tumbles them back to his main wallet with his punk on it. So I guess, people's kind of been tracking kind of what's going on, and I guess it's happened. Charged with insider trading. There you go. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is just like there's still, there's going to be a lot of manipulation, a lot of fraudulent stuff, a lot of scams, a lot of rug pulls, a lot of people, bad actors within our industry, within the crypto space that are going to, take advantage and try to, pretty much take advantage of their community, the investors, and just the entire industry in general, especially while we're so small in market cap in general, sitting at a 1.28. It's super new, ongoing, emerging technology, lack of regulation. So like once, regulatory clarity comes in, and we actual sound regulations for this, type of technology in this space, like a lot of this stuff will start slowing down in regard. I believe a lot of this will start kind of dwindling down because there'll be certain protocols and steps that need to take place. Not saying that everything's going to be going away, but I just wanted to bring this up, knowing like stuff like this can cause further turmoil within our space because it's so new, it's so small in relation to a lot of the other assets. So, do make sure, you do your best in regards of, doing your research, investing, investing as much money that doesn't affect, you living your life, your monthly expenses or whatever, and just being very, very attentive to what you're investing in, and just take care of yourself out there. But that's kind of the update here. Make sure you go to, our YouTube channel, Crypto is Key, subscribe, and then follow us on Twitter at Crypto is Key 1. Really appreciate the love and support. This channel is growing. We're currently sitting at like over 125 subscribers, which is awesome. I mean, we've been doing this since January, so not too long, but definitely excited, for what's ahead for this channel, and going to keep providing, further information, my own personal insight to this conversation within crypto. Crypto is key to financial freedom, and I truly believe that wholeheartedly, 100%. With all that being said, stay strong out there. Be safe.